So this is my code. In the backend, what I have is a little bit of an API gateway. I have a Lambda function. A Lambda function is interacting with Bedrock. What's happening here is I'm uploading a document. I'm uploading a document to S3, and then I'm asking a Claude Sonnet 3.0 to be able to parse this document. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, see if we can see it better. But basically, in here, what we are doing here, we are getting the response here. I can see here that it's successful, uploaded my file, my ID,
Right.
and then it's giving me an assessment. I'm asking it to retrieve these specific pieces of information from the document.
So
You
I
can
see you
see,
are asking for a driver's license.
correct, this is a driver license. It's a non-professional driver license. This is from the Philippines. This is an actual driver license. So this is some documents, some of the information. And then this is the document expiration date. And then does it have, is the document expired? No. Is signs of tampering? No. Is it official document? Yes. So it's giving me a risk score of 3. One of the things that we also, I added here is additional notes of importance. And that gives you an explanation of how it came up with a risk score. This is an important part of the transparency that is required by the European Union. So we can see here that it is explaining why this is giving it this is risk score, and if there is any audits or anything like that, or part of the human oversight is the human will be able to tell, okay, yeah, this makes sense, we can continue and the risk score is good, or no, this doesn't make sense, we need to adjust the what is it called, the risk score, right? So one of the things that I'm going to do here now is I'm going to change my ID. I'm going to go with a different ID. We're going to see what we get from this. I'm going to upload a different ID here. So it's uploading to S3. And now when I said that it was a real ID, it's not real ID. It's just I'm using different made up IDs here, but ones are more fake than others. Okay. So in this case, we are see here. This risk score right away we can see it's giving me a higher score now. It's giving me a higher score of
Right.
7.
7.
And we can take a look at what's going on here. The document appears to be official, California driver license, but it is expired. So they are sending us an expired document. Because of this, but we can see here it should be further verified for validity, but because of this expiry, is increasing our risk score to 7.
Right.
Okay, so we can see here is document expired, true. Does it have signs of tampering? No. Is it official document? Yes. So some of these documents in this way, it may not appear to be false in nominal period, but because of expiry, I have instructed the model to say, like, you know what, if it's expired, bump the risk level because we really don't want to deal with these type of documents. I'm gonna do one last one, and then we're gonna come back to our presentation. But in here, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna ask one last document. So it's uploading it, and it's sending it over here. And so here, now it's giving me a risk score of 10. So now it's because it says the document says that it's not an official document. So it's telling me right away, hey, this is not an official document. Because of that, I'm bumping it up all the way to 10. Indicating it's a sample or test, which automatically receives a high risk score of 10. So right away, we know what's going on. If you would like to, I can take a look at this driver license, which is 1231. And you can see here, definitely that's not a good one. Right? I mean, there is a kid in there, class kid. Okay, that's not the best. So we can definitely see here that it is a fake. And so a risk assessment of 10, that is really what we want. So my risk assessment goes from 1 to 10, 10 being the maximum. So that is
Also,
what's happening here.
also I like that you can see there are signs of tampering or not, which may not be very easy for human eyes to always check. However, the AI would check it much
Absolutely.
faster.
Yeah, it will be much faster. Now, there is always a risk. That's why there has to be human oversight, because as we know, AI models are not particularly bulletproof. They are probabilistic. So it is important for a human to be oversight, especially in situations where the risk score is high. Now, chances to improve these are many. you can pass more than one document. You can have a driver license, a birth certificate, a credit card, or other information. You can connect it with existing information that you may have to be able to improve the reliability of this. Right now, you're sending one document, but you can definitely do it with multiple documents with existing data. So the model has more information to be able to determine whether this is right or wrong. So for example, if all of a sudden somebody sends a driver license from the States, but you already have a lot of information that they're in a different country, all the information is in a different country, you can bump the risk score really high, have someone really make a manual review of these, right? So for this, it's especially important to have a human oversight when the risk score is high. And you
So
can
what we
help
see
determine a
here,
lot.
Eduardo, is how AI can help the people who are working in a financial industry.
Exactly, right? Because then you don't have to, like, I know it takes time for us to be able to open this, okay, what it is. And you can see in here, for example, let's see if I can, you have different formats. The quality of the images are really different. So for example, in this one, if I start going in, you can start seeing all the pixelated and it's harder. But if I put it through AI, so for example, this one is my fifth one, I'm gonna put it through AI and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And you will be able to see, sorry, something is going on here. I do 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, it's not PNG, it's JPEG. And so one of the things that I am doing here, I'm sending it to the GenAI, and then it's coming back. It's going to be able to give me better quality data, right? Like right away, it was able to find all this information. It was able to read these pixels a lot better than I was by looking at it. And
Yeah,
there is less guessing here. Now, in this case, the document is expired, hence it is a risk score
the
of
risk score
7.
is high.
Correct. So that's kind of like what I want to show you. It is powerful. The quality of the images needs to be a certain level, but GenAI can help us a lot. And it makes it easier for the people that are reviewing this to be able to be more efficient and be able to help determine, okay, what's happening here. The LM is also able to give us a determination of why it's making the decision that it's making, and then a person can agree or disagree and be able to make further decision. In this case, in my demo, all this information is stored in DynamoDB so that we can have a history of this and be able to retrieve things later on if we want to.